Hi, this is another iPrecision update video because I've made some large changes to the app recently, particularly to the main iPrecision part, and I wanted to make sure everyone was up to date. So the new version of iPrecision, which went online yesterday my time, is iPrecision 2.0 and in fact already 2.0.1. And this is called 2.0 for a good reason. It is the first version of iPrecision which is able to track both eyes at the same time if they're both clearly visible on the video. So if you've downloaded iPrecision 2.0, 2.0.1 or maybe later by now from iPrecision.com/downloads, what you'll see is that the UI has changed a little bit. The last row of buttons has disappeared, and at the top right you now have a toggle to switch between one eye or two eye analysis. This button is also available in the menu bar at the top. Running a one eye analysis is still essentially the same as it always was, but if you switch to two eye mode, what you'll see is that at the bottom you can choose to select the right eye and select the left eye. You'll then be prompted to select the pupils in the same way as you did with one eye. And if you click Start Analysis, instead of following one pupil, it will follow both. By tracking both eyes, this gives more options for results graphs. So you'll see with the results, you can look at the left eye and the right eye, horizontal and vertical in each case. Or you can choose to look at the graph of both eyes horizontal, both eyes vertical, or the divergence, the distance between the two eyes at any given time. And to go together with this two-eye tracking, there is now also the option in EP animations during the data analysis to choose whether you want to analyze the left eye or the right eye when both eyes have been tracked. If only one eye has been tracked, then it should carry on as usual. Another major change to iPrecision is the tracking itself. I just put out a video maybe a week ago about pupil threshold, and hopefully that's now become completely irrelevant. The tracking now runs slightly differently in the background. Without going into the technicalities, it should work more automatically for more videos. I've yet to encounter a well-recorded video, goggles or smartphone which didn't work without any tweaking. I'm sure there'll be some exceptions, but in most cases now, if you select the eye area, mark the pupil and click Start, it should just work. The pupil threshold slider is still available at the bottom of the main window, but usually you won't need to touch this. What you will need to do in most cases is go into the advanced settings in the menu, scroll down to the bottom and click on Restore Defaults. These defaults are now set to work with the new code, with the new setup for the tracking. If you've adjusted the defaults in the past, or perhaps even if you haven't, they might not work so well with the current version, so I highly recommend going and resetting the defaults in the advanced settings menu. There's also information about it here at learn.iprecision.com. While you're in the advanced settings, you can also choose to output lower resolution videos. So the output video is the video you see in the results view, which shows the red circle around the pupil, shows how the tracking worked above the graphs. Writing the video was taking up quite a lot of the processing time for the results. For faster computers, usually not a problem, but if you're on a slow computer, it can be a good compromise to have a slightly lower resolution output video, but to speed up the processing significantly. So you can choose that at the bottom of the advanced settings if you wish. There have also been a few changes to the EP Animations app recently. Main changes being that the pursuits videos should now run more smoothly even on older computers. There might still be a bit of juddering for really slow computers, but in most cases, a smooth pursuit should now work pretty well. And there have been a couple of new animations added. Along with that, the EP Tests app, so the remote testing app, which is free to download, which doesn't do any analysis but runs all the animations, is now available for the iPad on the iPad App Store. So if you have remote testing, or even if you just need a really easy way to test in your office, you can download that up for the iPad. The disadvantage to an iPad is obviously that the screen is quite small, so the eye movements are also smaller than if you're using a larger screen. But you can take it with you. To pair it with the EP Recorder iPhone app, it still needs to be connected to a Wi-Fi network. Hopefully I'll be able to change that in the future. But as long as the EP Recorder iPhone app and the iPad are on the same Wi-Fi network, that works exactly the same as the computer-based EP Tests apps. Also available now is the EP Latencies program. I talked about this in the last video, but it wasn't yet fully available. Now it's available to buy for, I think, 49 euros, which probably works out just at $50, $55, something like that. That works together with iPrecision. You still need iPrecision main app to analyze the videos, but it doesn't require EP animations. It's separate from that, and it allows you to analyze relative saccadic latencies leftwards versus rightwards. So it provides animations and analysis, and you can see whether the saccadic latencies are faster to the left or to the right. And that app is now available for download at iprecision.com/purchase. And one last addition, which I think is useful for some people. I've had people asking about getting the angle measurement for the animation, so how big a pursuit or a saccade is. Because of varying recording distances, screen sizes, test subject positioning, it's very hard to give a definite answer to that. So what I've provided now on the iPrecision website at iprecision.com/angle stripe calculator, so angle-calculator, is a calculator which you fill in your screen size, or you measure the distance between the leftmost and rightmost dots on the screen. You fill in the distance of the test subject from the screen, and then it should give you the angle, the complete angle between the most outermost dots or from the center to those dots. And you can use that to work out the angles in your specific circumstance. I'll keep making updates to iPrecision and the Animations app and the Data app and the Latencies app in the next weeks and months and probably years. So if you've got any suggestions or anything you'd like to see added to it, please let me know. And if you need any help, you can always contact me at support@iprecision.com. Thanks.